Hello everyone and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to talk in more detail about The Great Gatsby, a novel written by Scott Fitzgerald and first published in 1925. This book is widely regarded as one of the greatest masterpieces of American literature, and even today, almost a century later, it feels incredibly modern and emotionally powerful. Let's start with the historical background. The story is set in the United States during the Roaring Twenties, a period of major social and cultural change. After World War I, America experienced rapid economic growth, the stock market boom, and the rise of consumer culture. It was also a time of jazz music, prohibition, flappers, and glamorous parties. Fitzgerald captured this contrast perfectly in The Great Gatsby. The narrator of the story is Nick Carraway, a young man from the Midwest who moves to West Egg, Long Island, to work in finance. He soon becomes intrigued by his wealthy and mysterious neighbor, Jay Gatsby, a man famous for hosting extravagant parties every weekend. But Gatsby isn't just a rich playboy, he's deeply in love with Daisy Buchanan, a woman he met and lost years earlier. Everything Gatsby has built, his mansion, his fortune, his lifestyle, is part of his obsessive dream to win her back. One of the most interesting aspects of this novel is the contrast between appearances and reality. Gatsby's life seems perfect on the outside, but is actually full of loneliness and illusions. Fitzgerald's writing style is incredibly elegant and poetic. He doesn't just describe what happens, he dives deep into the emotional world of the characters, exploring themes like identity, nostalgia, and the illusion of the American dream. The novel was written during a time when Fitzgerald himself was living between luxury and personal difficulty. He began drafting The Great Gatsby in 1922, and it took him about 3 years to complete. He was living in France with his wife Zelda and was trying to establish himself as a serious literary author. Fitzgerald was deeply influenced by modernist writers and by his own experience with wealth, fame, and disappointment. The book didn't achieve great success when it was first published, but it was rediscovered after his death and is now considered a classic. I also had the chance to watch the 2013 film adaptation directed by Baz Luhrmann. The movie is visually stunning, with vibrant colors, bold cinematography, and a very modern soundtrack that includes hip-hop and electronic music. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Gatsby with great intensity and vulnerability, making the character both fascinating and heartbreaking. What I found especially interesting is how the movie emphasizes the spectacle and energy of the 1920s. It captures the excess and extravagance of Gatsby's parties in a very modern way, using special effects, rapid editing, and music to bring the period to life. However, while the film is dynamic and full of visual impact, the book goes deeper into the emotional complexity of the characters and their inner struggles. There are also a strong use of symbols in both the novel and the film, like the green light at the end of Daisy Dock, which represents Gatsby's unreachable dream and the hope that drives him. In my university project, I compared some key passages in English to the Italian translation by Bruno Cesare Armando, and I noticed how difficult it can be to translate certain metaphors. The green light, for instance, is simple on the surface, but carries a lot of emotional and cultural meaning. It's not just a light, it's a symbol of longing, illusion, and the future that never quite arrives. In conclusion, both the novel and the film offer unique and powerful experiences. The book is more introspective and subtle, while the movie adds energy and visual drama. Together, they create a rich portrait of a man, a time period, and a dream that continues to resonate today. Thank you for watching.